welcome back to another video. It is me, Abbayabbadoo. Today we're diving into a very common question amongst animal owners. Can rabbits and guinea pigs live together? There's a lot of debate over this, so we're going to go over the myths and what's true or not to help you decide what is better for your furry friends. Back in the day, it was very common for rabbits and guinea pigs to be housed together. This came from an idea where people thought it would be more efficient to keep them in the same space, since they're both herbivores and small animals. But we've learnt more about their behaviours and needs, and many people's opinions have changed. Most experts, including the RSPCA, advise for you to keep them housed separately, in different and appropriate enclosures for their needs. So let's break it down, because rabbits and guinea pigs are very different animals. Rabbits are lagomorphs, whilst guinea pigs are rodents. That means their communication, their behaviours, and their instincts are very different. Rabbits won't be able to understand a guinea pig, and a guinea pig won't be able to understand a rabbit, because their body language is too different. Rabbits are generally larger and stronger than a guinea pig, and even a playful kick could badly injure your guinea pig or even kill it. If a rabbit misunderstands your guinea pig's body language, it could start a fight or make your rabbit feel defensive. Both are herbivores, however they both have their own specific things that they need more of. So rabbits need more fibre and more specific types of hay, as hay should be the main part of your rabbit's diet. You should never be skipping on it, and it's really important for their health in general and their dental health. As someone who hasn't owned rabbits in a long time, I'll have a picture on screen of what they should be eating. Guinea pigs also need hay. It is 80% of their diet, and it also is for their dental health and their health in general. But they need more vitamin C than a rabbit does. Guinea pigs require a diet rich in vitamin C, as they cannot produce it themselves, while rabbits can synthesize their own vitamin C and can even become ill from having too much of it. So for example, let's say they were eating the same diet and that diet was a guinea pig's diet. First of all, your rabbit isn't going to get the nutrients they need, but they could also be becoming ill because of it. And vice versa, if your guinea pig was eating your rabbit's diet, they could become ill because they're not getting the vitamins they need. So you have to think about the fact that if you were even gonna consider housing them together after this video, they need separate places to eat and have completely separate diets. It will not be cheaper by feeding them the same thing. Their social structures are also very different. Rabbits bond better with rabbits and guinea pigs bond better with guinea pigs. And like I said, they both speak their own language, so they won't truly understand each other, which could potentially lead them to become lonely. Even if they have each other, they will never be able to experience what it's like to live with someone like them. So what could go wrong if you house them together? Here are some potential issues. They can cause injuries intentionally and unintentionally, such as a rabbit kicking them with their powerful back legs or trying to mate with them, which could really badly injure your guinea pig's back. Your guinea pigs could feel intimidated by the rabbit, especially if the rabbit is active or dominant, and the rabbit is more likely to bully your guinea pig than the guinea pig bullying the rabbit, obviously with the size difference and the whole personality difference. And going back to the whole food situation, they have different needs. Sharing a space might mean that one animal isn't getting the right nutrients, the right food, enrichment or care, and rabbits should be free roamed really, or even have their own room or their own space to run and let off steam, whereas guinea pigs need a more secure habitat. It's simply because they're so small, they can realistically chew your skirting boards and get inside of them. I know that's a very extreme case, but that can happen, and it's harder to train a guinea pig. They're smaller, like I said, they're more likely to get in places you don't want them to, and many people just prefer having them in a nice insulated shed or a massive CNC. So you could potentially have a litter trained rabbit who free roams in this nice warm room, knows what it can and can't chew, and has its own space, But then this guinea pig running around, chewing everything, getting into places you don't want it to, and pooping everywhere. And as much as the internet likes to tell people, yeah, you can litter train guinea pigs really easily, you can't really. You can persuade them to poop and pee in one corner, but you'll never get rid of their natural instinct to just mark their territory everywhere. But on top of the fact that a rabbit is going to make a bigger mess, you're going to have a guinea pig doing their mess everywhere. And not only do you have to bunny-proof stuff, which is one level of it because obviously they're bigger, like I said again, they won't be able to get into smaller places, you're going to have to guinea pig-proof it, which is a whole other level because they're smaller. And rabbits carry certain types of bacteria and diseases that are very harmful to guinea pigs. An example of this is Bordetella, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and it's the main cause of respiratory issues in guinea pigs. Even if it's harmless to the rabbit, it is harmful to the guinea pig. Now, there are some exceptions to rabbits and guinea pigs living together, and I've known a very small amount of people who have reported that their guinea pig and their rabbit do live together really well. And here are some very rare, and I would like to emphasize the word rare, occasions where this has been a thing. Number one is that the animals have grown up together. We've had the rabbit and the guinea pig since they were fresh out the womb babies, and they've grown up together and that's all they've known. Number two is that they have plenty of space to avoid each other if needed. And number three is if your rabbit is very calm and reserved and the guinea pig is very confident. Because as much as that sounds like a big personality difference, it's honestly a very even combination, considering the rabbit is twice the size of a guinea pig and has twice the amount of strength. You'd honestly want it to be more reserved than a guinea pig so that the guinea pig doesn't feel intimidated. However, even in these cases, it's really, really important to always monitor their interaction and separate them even at the first tiny sign of aggression. So what if your guinea pigs and rabbits already live together? If, like I said, they've been together for a long time, since they were born, and there is zero possibility of them ever getting into a fight with each other, then it's best not to separate them, especially if they have lived together for a long time. Now, here are some things recommended by the RSPCA to ensure that if they are living together, they are 100% safe. Guinea pigs must have loads and loads of options for hideys that are small enough for them to enter, but too small for the rabbit to get in at the same time. If a fight were to just spontaneously break out, at least the guinea pig would have somewhere safe to retreat to that the rabbit can't get to. And I would recommend maybe even gluing these hideys to the floor, or even putting something heavy on top of it that neither of them can move, just in case the rabbit decides to flip the hidey upwards to get to the guinea pig. They need different diets, like I've said a lot in this video, so I would recommend different feeding spaces. They can eat vegetables together, obviously, as long as there is enough for them to share and not fight over the food. Things like the guinea pig getting enough vitamin C. And as for the hay, obviously you want really nice Timothy hay, oxbow hay, and I would just give loads and loads of this. You should be anyway, but I'd give double the amount you usually would for either animal, just so that you can be sure that they're getting the right amount. And if you've owned rabbits before, you know that they like to have hay in their litter box. So you could have some in a litter box for your rabbit and some in a pile for your guinea pig. I would also say it's handy to have some sort of spare enclosure on the sidelines, like having a CNC cage, just in case a spontaneous fight breaks out. At least you have a backup. And a really important one, which I've heard a lot of rabbit owners do, neuter or spade their rabbits anyway, just for health reasons, but neutering or spaying the rabbit will help them by preventing stressing out the guinea pig with mounting behaviour or bullying. Now, if you're really desperate for your guinea pigs and your rabbits to still be able to interact sometimes, the safest option is to have them in separate enclosures, but close enough that they can still sniff each other, but secure enough that they can't get to each other. This way they can still benefit by living with their same species and having same species interaction, but also getting some interspecies interaction. Here's what you can do. Number one is spacious, separate enclosures suited to their needs. I'm going to have the sizes of enclosures for both these animals up here, but I would honestly recommend free roaming your rabbit. Number two is social companions. Get same species companions for both your rabbit and guinea pig. We all know how important it is to make sure that guinea pigs and rabbits both have a companion, otherwise they can get very depressed. There are a few exceptions to this, and I think I'll probably do a video on this eventually and have a bit of a deep dive into whether you can keep a lone guinea pig, but just for the sake of this video, you really just want to get 2 guinea pigs, 2 rabbits or more, and 3 is supervised playtime. If they seem to enjoy each other's company by sniffing each other through maybe cage bars, then you could try and let them interact during playtime, but you want to be on close watch and make sure you have carriers to separate them if anything gets heated. I would also recommend that this would be in a completely neutral space where neither of them have been before. So, can rabbits and guinea pigs live together? While it might seem like a cute idea, the risks outweigh the benefits. A rabbit's best friend is another rabbit, and vice versa for guinea pigs. Remember, the most important thing is to meet the needs of each of these animals. And if you personally have had experiences with housing rabbits and guinea pigs together, I'd love to hear about your experiences in the comments. Personally, back when I had my rabbit Chip and 4 guinea pigs, I did let them go in the run together at the same time, but they never really lived together. Please remember that if you already have one of these animals and are considering getting the other, and for convenience housing them together, then you probably shouldn't get the animal. If you don't have the space to even be able to consider housing them separately in case something happened, then I wouldn't recommend owning the animal. Please make sure you're doing enough research into guinea pigs and rabbits, or whatever animal you're deciding to get next. Thank you for making it to the end of the video, and I'll see you next time.